Greetings everyone, thanks for joining me in yet another one of my reviews covering CCTV, security, and gadgets. Normally I do CCTV, as you all know, but this is going to be a little off topic. It does involve a camera and monitor and things like that, but in this case it is a baby monitor, although in my case it's a pet monitor since we don't have any kids. So I will be using this to harass my cats. A little bit later you will see some of the results on that. First thing to let you know, this is from ieGeek, one of my favorite manufacturers, and you will probably see why in just a little bit when I start talking about their warranty and support and things like that. First thing, let's get into opening the box and see what's in this. It's called the Baby 7S. It's got 1080p smart video monitor included. You don't have to use your cell phone if you don't want to. This comes with a little 5-inch monitor. Of course we get the manual, and isn't that a neat little monitor? I think it's great. I haven't had a chance to use it, so we're going to learn together here. And of course, you got the baby monitor, and that's just as cute. We'll go over this in a second here. What else we got? Okay, all kinds of good stuff. Actually, we get 2 power supplies. How about that? One and 1 cord is for the camera itself, because this is not battery. You need to have this plugged in all the time, and that's why they're supplying you with 2 adapters and 2 cords. The other adapter and cord is for the monitor to get it charged up and things. This does run off a battery. I'm told that in the standby mode it'll almost last 7 days. It's like 6 or 7 days in standby mode, and it just depends on how often it gets woke up with an alert. We'll get back to this in a minute here. First thing, let's plug this camera in and get it up and running. Quick couple things here. You got a speaker in the back here. This is, you can move this, pan it every which direction. I think it does close to 360-degree turn. Your power supply will plug in right here. Your reset button is, you use a little pin that should be included. It's in the box here somewhere. I'll find it here in a second. It's probably in this. Yep. There is. There it is. You use this to reset the camera. In any case, you've got your little hole here for this pin to reset, and here's your pair button. I believe the camera comes already paired to the monitor, but if you have to repair it, you do it like with using that right there. In the front you've got your lens, obviously, and you've got a microphone, and you've got a little light here that I believe will tell you when it's on. So first thing first, let's get this up and running. There we go. See if it does anything here. Are you going to talk to me? Oh, the little red light's on, so it must be up. Up, there it goes. It's starting its spin cycle to run its self-diagnostics. Now it should go back the other way. Are you going to turn around? Okay, it's tilting right now. And now it's coming back the other way. In any case, let's show you some features on this. It's got a 5-inch monitor that is not a touch screen. You need to use these paddles here and the OK for the functions. The microphone for it is right here, and there's a light here that comes on when the device is on. Over here you have an SD card slot, and I did put an SD card in here because I want to test the camera and video functions on it. Apparently this is a reset button right here that you use the pin for. This is where you plug in your power cord. On the back you have a speaker. You also have an antenna in case you're not close to your camera. But I am going to keep it down so I don't accidentally break it while I'm showing this off. And we also have a stand right here. So it can stay standing on your nightstand or on a table, whatever. And for the same reason, I am going to keep that pushed in there. Now let's power this puppy up. The power button is right up here. So I'm going to press that. And this little light came on here. I have a feeling that I need to press and hold this. So let's press and hold it. And yep, there comes the screen. And that's right off the bat, we got an image of the coming from the camera. And you see this flashing indicator here? That means there's audio being picked up by the camera. And I have this muted because if I didn't, we'd be getting all kinds of feedback. Over here we have our battery indicator showing a full charge. We have our speaker indicating it's been muted or the volume is way down. Here's the time of day. Right here is your signal that shows how strong the signal is coming from the camera. Right off the bat, let's go into the menu. Okay, actually, I'm sorry, before we do that, I'm going to just give you a quick indication on how this pan and tilt works. There we go. Go that way, and we can go up. Come on, go way up there, and go down. And please disregard my messy studio here. And let's now go into the menu. Pops up down here. Whoops. I just put it to sleep by pushing this button. Let's wake it back up. There we go. Hit menu again. And using these buttons here, I can move around on the menu. I'm on speaker now, so if I push the up button, the volume is going to go up on the speaker and we're going to get feedback like that. Okay. Let's put the volume back down. The reason we're getting feedback, obviously, because this is picking it up, and I'm not sure this is a good place for this button because I keep hitting that and putting it to sleep. So that was the speaker. Let's move it over here to brightness. That is for the display. I can raise the brightness, lower of it. Let's go right somewhere right in the middle here. Go over here, and we are going to take a snapshot of this image. I highlighted the camera, and I'm going to press OK. And right there it said the image was saved successfully. Let's go one more over. This is a film camera. It basically means we're going to record whatever image is up here. That's highlighted, so we're going to hit OK. And right here, a record light is coming on, flashing. So we are recording my hand. I'm doing puppets, huh? Okay, and we're going to hit that again to stop the recording. Save successfully. We're going to go over one more here, and this is the play. We'll hit OK. And this, obviously, is camera 1. And this is the date and for when these images were captured. Move over here, and here are the two images. JPEG is your still image, MP4 is for the video. Let's first look at the still image. That was the picture I took of that. Let's go back. Come on. And we're going to go up here to the video. And this is the video we shot a little while ago. My hand, there it goes. There's my hand. Anyway, we'll back out of that. And this will keep a log of all these pictures. And it'll give you the date that you took them. Back out of there again. Okay, and we're going to go over here to music, to tunes. And that is not for your enjoyment. That is for the enjoyment of your baby. It's actually going to come out of the speaker here. So when this is in your nursery and you turn the music on, it'll come out of the speaker, hopefully to comfort your baby. Let's quick go over here to the music, press OK, and up on top there, let's go back up. We're going to turn the volume up a little bit here, and we'll go back up here to play, and this is music 1. They have, I think, three things you can listen to. I'm going to first move my mic over here. You're going to hear some rumbling off of the sound. And let's hit play. Let's hit pause, and now let's hit the button on the right here to change that music. We're on music 2. Let's go ahead and hit play. And I believe this is a loop, so it'll continuously do this until you turn it off, or until your little baby throws her bottle at it to shut it up. One of the two. Anyway, that's kind of cute. We'll hit pause again. And music 3. Oops. Let's hit pause. And I believe we have white noise here. I'm not quite sure. In case you don't know what white noise is, it's just a continuous sound that is supposed to be relaxing. A lot of white noise can be rain falling, or the ocean waves coming into shore, or just static, a constant sound of static. Let's see which one we've got here. I'm not sure what that is. It appears to be a constant. Actually, I had the mic next to this. I should have had it next to the camera here. That's where the sound's coming from. All right, let's quiet this down. And now let's go over here to light bulb. I believe that means this light right here, this blue light. I can turn that off in case I don't want that on all night. Now, some people that are really susceptible to lighting, if you're in a pitch black room and you got that, that might be kind of annoying. Plus, it'll wear the battery down. No, I take that back. This is always plugged in. So, for the former, it's in case you get annoyed by that blue light. Let's go ahead and turn that off. Off. And now that light is off of there. Okay, let's go over here to settings. And we have a slew of settings here. We have camera, obviously, that's where we came from. And then you've got, for you mothers to be here, or your mothers, we can go into feeding reminder here. And you can set reminders for yourself when the baby should be fed. In my case, that's not going to work because our cats always remind us when they want to get fed. But feeding schedule for child, or for that matter, this, I've been told this camera would be good for elderly, for, you know, like health care. If you got somebody that's real elderly and you want to keep track of them, this can remind you of their pill times, perhaps. Let's back out of that. Come on. Smart care, that's actually probably, no, that tells you whether or not you want to have the motion detector on this. You can have motion detector set up so at night, if this camera sees movement, like your child moving, it'll alert you in your own bedroom. Or you can set up grids to where if a baby moves into that grid area, it will send you a warning. Here's a noise detection, and you can set the volume for that. It's apparently, let's see it, middle, high, or you can turn it off. What this is at night, if the child wakes up and starts to cry, this will send you an alert to this device as well next to your bed, telling you that, in fact, it'll probably activate the audio so you can hear it. And down here, you have the volume. Oops. Let's do that. Down here, you've got volume for the, can you hear that? That's the noise this makes when an alert comes in, and you can adjust that to whatever volume you want. I'm going to turn it off right now, though. So let's go back to the menu. Wallpaper. Actually, sleep mode. What do we have here with sleep mode? This pretty much is like a screensaver. We're in power saving mode. So this will try and conserve battery as much as possible. You can set when the screen here will go off, and in 1 minute, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, whatever, or you can shut it off. Say you've got this powered all the time by using your device here. You can shut the power saving mode off so the screen will remain on. I have not been told that this won't damage battery if it's always plugged in, but I assume it won't. If I hear otherwise, I'll let you know. Let's go back into the menu. There we go. Wallpaper. This lets you pick a wallpaper, so when it's like a screensaver, basically. I've got the one with the dog selected. SD card, you'd go in here. This is where you would format your SD card, plus it tells you how much memory is remaining on the card. Camera light, we already showed you that. That's a little light on front. Date and time, you would go in here to set the date and time for this device. Okay, and what we're going to do now, I'm going to power this down here, like so. And, yep, we want to power down. Yep. We are going to show you how to set the camera up with your cell phone right now. All right, let's go into the app for setting this up on your phone. Now, it uses the ieGeek Cam app that you can get on the iOS store or the Android store. And I've already got it on my phone. I use it for several cameras, so What I need to do now is just click on the app, and up she comes. And it wants me to log back in, so I will do that. And right off the bat, it brings up a bunch of my cameras. And up on the top here, you'll see a little, I'm already getting indications now. Anyway, you'll see a little plus. We're going to hit that plus and then hit Add Device. It says, allow ieGeek to find, connect, and to determine relative position of nearby devices. So we're going to hit allow on that. And now we want to go down to where it says baby monitor and click on that. And then on the image.
On the device.
Okay, now you're hearing the app talk you through installation. Like it said, power on the device. This device is already powered on. And so we're going to go to the next step here.
Please reset the device by holding the reset button for 5 seconds.
Now it wants us to hit the reset button.
Flash red.
And so I'm going to hit the reset button using this pin. Like that. And it's going to recycle now like it did earlier. Come on. Yep. There we go. It's doing its boot up cycle. Go back. I think it'll tilt now, if I'm not mistaken. Yep, there it goes. So anyway, it should now be booted up. So we're going to hit next. And you're probably seeing the screen gray out now because we're into my network settings. I'm going to OK this.
Please remove all film from the
Okay, now what it wants to do,
and let your device
it's asking to see the
8 inches from the lens.
The QR code, excuse me. It wants to see the QR code, or it wants me to show the camera the QR code. I'm going to hit next here, and there's a real large QR code. We're going to show it to the camera. Now watch what happens. There. Now we just told the camera where to look on the network for the information it needs. And we're going to hit next.
Connecting. Please wait.
And it's connecting right now. Let's see how long it takes to connect. There, connected. And on the screen you'll see it's showing the device. It's saying my device, but we can change that in settings. You can name it whatever you want, baby monitor. And at the same time, we're already starting to get notifications from this camera. And for that reason, I'm going to move this over here so I don't keep tripping it. And then we will go into my device here. Next. And it's going to give you some suggestions on how to install the camera. There's not much to it, but it's going to give you some suggestions. Hit next again. And now it wants you to place that baby camera where it's going to be permanently, or semi-permanently. We'll hit next again, and it's going to bring up a picture. There it goes. And it's also hearing me picking my voice up on the device, on the camera. So we can stop this echoing. I'm going to hit next. There we go. And you notice that the signal was just okay. And that is because it's going through the network and router. And I have to hit this again. That's because it's going through the network in my home. And the router is clear on the other side of the house. So the camera has to send the signal all the way over to the router, and the signal comes back to the phone. So that's why you saw the signal was just a bit weak. If we had everything closer, or if we had this baby camera a little bit closer, that would have been a max signal. So actually, considering all the walls it's got to go through and the distance to the router, that signal was pretty darn good. And now we're going to hit done. And there it is. It's on the device. And let's hit play to go into that. I am continuing to get signals from this, and it's probably because it's picking up noise. Let's hit OK here. And let's go back in and show you how to use this. Let me turn the volume down on my camera all the way. And similar to what you saw on that monitor, you can do a screenshot, or you can do record video. Basically the same as what you saw me do earlier on the monitor. Intercom, that means I can talk directly, two-way conversation to the camera. So if you got an ornery kid in there, you can, personally I wouldn't say it, I'm a nice guy, but you could maybe say shut up. Not that it'll work. Obviously I wouldn't say that. History. That means you're going to look at the SD card in the camera, but there is no SD card in that camera, so that is not going to do you any good. However, cloud storage, and I do not have cloud storage active on this, but you do have a certain amount of free cloud storage that you can try it out in that. And personally, I don't use cloud storage much, but for a device like this, it might be a good idea. And if you want to, you can just hit the activate button here, and it'll give you a bunch of different options. Let's back out of that. Let's go back into the camera. Intercom. I've already talked about that. Record. Motion detection. You can shut off the motion detection capability of the camera in case you're getting a bunch of trips that you don't want to get. And that's pretty much it. You have right above where it says cloud, you have an SD button. You can click on that. You can go into high definition or full high definition or auto. When I'm using a cell phone, I usually keep it on standard definition because the high definition videos take a lot of bandwidth and will slow down the signal a little bit. But to each his own. If you want to see high definition of your baby, you can, by all means, go high def on that. That pretty much does it for that. But now up in the upper right corner, you see a gear, what looks like a gear. We're going to click on that. And now we can do a bunch of settings on this camera, probably even more so than the monitor lets you do. Like here you can tell it whether or not you want to receive those alert notifications. Alarm management, we can go into that and turn on motion detection or noise detection. Further down, image settings. Night vision, it's on automatic right now, so during the day it'll be color, and at night it's going to go into a night vision mode. Device share, that's if you want to let other relatives or friends have the same capability on their phone. Location management pretty much tells you what room of the house it's going to be in. You could probably ignore that if you want. time settings and work indicator. I already showed you how that works. Motion tracking, turn that on. And let's see. PTZ correction. We don't need to use correction on that. I'm pretty sure there's a place here where we can indicate what parts of the camera view you want to set for alarm mode. That might be recording management. Let's see that. No, that's the SD card. Let's go back into alarm management. Motion detection, turn it on, and now, there we go. Now it's giving us some options. And we're going to go into the alarm area. And I'm going to turn my phone over. And let's see, what is this? We want to show where we want motion detection. I'm going to turn this around here so you can't watch my TV. And this screen here determines, you're not going to want the thing panning and tilting all the time because it'll always be sending you motion alerts. But we can set areas of the room where in that colored area, if it sees motion, it's going to send you alert. But before you do that, you're probably going to want to shut off. Let's back up some more, and you'll see PTZ, or motion tracking. You're going to want to shut motion tracking off. So this camera is not constantly moving at night, because whenever that moves, it's going to consider that motion detection because the image is changing, and you're going to be getting woke up all night. So remember, if you have alerts set to notify you of motions, you're going to want to make sure that tracking is turned off on the camera. Because this will watch, if your kid jumps out of the crib and walks around, if motion tracking is set on, this is going to follow them around in the room. And as I said, it's going to be constantly sending you alerts, which could be good or bad, depends on how you look at it. Well, that's pretty much it for this. And like I say, it continues to hear me talking and sending notification that it hears a noise. I should have actually turned sound detection off. In fact, I believe I can do that here somewhere. Recording management. Is that it? Nope. Let's see. Alarm management. Noise detection. We're going to turn that off altogether. So now I should not be getting any more notifications that that's hearing me. That's excellent for parents with new child. I realize that, because some of you are going to want to know when that child is moving around or crying or whatever. He probably is not going to be in the same room with you after a few months, and you're going to want to know what's going on in that room. Anyway, let's back out of this altogether. And I'm going to turn this off and get out of the application. And what we're going to do now is we're going to spend maybe a day or two. We'll be testing this on my cats. I will be annoying the hell out of them, I'm sure, but they're the only guinea pigs I have to do this. Of course, you'll have numerous ways you can use this. I mean, you can use this as a security camera if you want. You don't necessarily have to use it for a child. You can use it for elder care. If you're worried about your parents and they live elsewhere, this would be great for that. Numerous things you could use it for. But for now, I'll be getting back to you shortly here with some of those test results. All right, welcome back. We're going to go over some test results, but before we do that, I want to point out a couple things that I missed earlier. And one is that on the monitor here, let's see, come on, go into the camera. Okay, we're going to go into the menu and go way over to setup, and I've already showed you this page, right? See that one there? And what I didn't realize is there's another page. Just scroll down and you're going to come up with a second page on that, and that'll allow you to change languages, reset the device, give you your firmware information, safety protection, and more importantly, it gives you warranty information. It tells you how you can extend it from 1 year to 2 years. A 2-year warranty in the consumer electronics industry is unheard of. So kudos to ieGeek. Their service is great, and obviously their warranty is great. So anyway, I showed you that. I didn't want to miss out on showing you that. Next thing we want to do is go into the ieGeek Cam app again real quick, and we'll select that camera, this camera that we've been using, and there it is streaming. And another thing I didn't point out earlier is you all saw this page, but actually if you scroll over, there's another page. They're starting to put so many things you can do with this camera on the screen that they actually had to go to another page. You see the PTZ control there, music control, both of which I showed you earlier. And more importantly, and this is why we went here, is the album. Let's click on the album there. And up comes some film clips or video clips that I made of activity since last night and this morning. Let's quick go over them. Click on this one here, hit play, and actually we're going to replay that. And these are two of our cats, and that black cat shows you how good this camera is, because black cats, or black in anything, is generally very poor to photograph or do video on. And here are a couple more of our cats, and the reason I love that, I don't know if you caught that. In fact, I'm going to show it to you again as soon as replay comes up. Now watch the cat there, and the black cat here. Bingo. Not quite sure what made her do that. In any case, we'll go to another image. And this shows you again how well black is showing up on this. That is really decent. And I'm impressed with that. Now some nighttime images. This is using IR light, so the baby's not going to see any light, or for that matter, nobody's going to see any light, because it's using IR. That's why it's in black and white also. And there's one of our cats. You know, I was hoping I could catch them up to no good, but they were all doing pretty good last night. Again, very good images on a black cat. And here's Callie again. Callie was mesmerized by the motion of the camera. You know, she's looking at that, and it's got little ears on it like a cat, and the thing is moving. So she was just mesmerized and fixed in position, trying to figure out what's going on. And you can see some eyes behind her there from another one of our black cats. Well, anyway, that shows you, gives you some great examples of what this camera can do, both daytime and nighttime. And I was impressed with both. ieGeek is one of my favorite manufacturers, and this is a great example of why. So, with that said, I'm going to sign off for the day. I'm happy you could join me, and hopefully I was able to teach you something as far as the way what this product can do. So hopefully we'll see you in the future. You take care of yourself.